was the last time you guys were sort of genuinely nervous? I'm curious, sort of in your case. I mean, you took on, I guess it's the antidote to the Me Too movement with the not me movement. But I am curious sort of in that, and I believe that started on some level as your idea. Do you get nervous? Do you think about sort of where that line is? What is that navigation?
Well, I mean, I think like sort of specifically to this show, I've never worried only because the writers involved are so good at handling those kinds of things and always making sure that the joke is on the right person. So I think having a backstop of talent like is in our writers' room is incredible. But as a performer, I never really have gotten nervous about it. Just because ultimately, the joke is never on any of the people that he is saying terrible things about. It's always on how terrible of a person he is. Because it's politics, and not only U.S. politics, but then world politics, there is not a single thing under the sun that we can't be cynical about. And moving forward, I think I will miss that a little bit.
There's no side to it either.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the frying pan.
Right, everybody is in there. I will miss that level of cynicism, but at the same time, I am looking forward to being so cynical about every single thing that you come in contact with. But yeah, I do think that nobody in making the not me joke wants to have the joke on the victims. You know, nobody would think that was funny. So I do think that from the beginning, it's just they found a really good way to do that. I just had I was in my backyard, I was raking, and I was I had a dumb pitch, and I called up our showrunner and pitched him the very beginning of it, and then they built it out into what it became.
Hollywood likes to sort of lock people in lanes. They want something, a specific thing from you. Most often it's because you've given it to them before. What are the things that you get approached for that you just say, oh, not this again?
I'm grateful for every opportunity, but I will tell you I have turned down a bunch of offers or auditions for things that are just bad versions of the thing that I'm doing already. If there's just too much of a Venn diagram overlap, I do somewhat reject it out of hand. Oh, here's a sort of gangly guy who's going to say sexually inappropriate stuff in an office, and he's going to wear okay, well I'm doing that already, and
really
also this version of it
that
is not as funny. So I mean I'm sure we all try.
I've done several of the parts you turned down.
There is that thing of I do, although it does involve saying no to work, which I never ever thought I would be in a position to do. I have tried to be cognizant of it since the beginning of the show. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Complete this sentence. I knew I made it in Hollywood when.
I feel like everybody that I've met, outwardly, you look at them and you think, oh well, that person's fine. They're perfect. They're sailing. They're never gonna have to hustle. And then you meet them and they still hustle and they're still after it and it doesn't matter. And so that feeling of I've made it in Hollywood, I don't know that actually exists.
Okay, but you do have your sort of first dose of success and feeling I can make a career of this.
But it's fleeting.
I did get to meet Steve Buscemi at a party one time, and I will fucking tell you, that was amazing.
That was your moment.
That was some great shit right there.
I love it.
There was one time where Paul McCartney, in a Twitter question and answer session, somebody asked him what were his two favorite shows, and one I think was just a UK reality show, and then he mentioned our show, and this those are my two favorite shows. And I do think there was a moment of quiet in the room. It was interesting to know in that moment that you were a part of something that a Beatle noticed.
Yes.
That seemed like a gigantic thing. It didn't mean that we get to take the rest of the day off. But there was the thing, I grew up, I lived my entire life, and it came to this moment, and a Beatle knew something that I did, and that seems in itself insurmountable. I just feel I don't know that I had much of a choice in the matter. I have always been somebody, I think from when I was a kid, was able to see the serious things. I just have only ever been able to deal with them through this lens. And they're this lens of oh, well, I need to make myself comfortable in this by coming at it sideways. And there is, I don't know if you guys do, I had a conversation with a friend of mine about this recently that it's sometimes when stuff comes up with your family, I don't know, if you're a bomb thrower, Like sometimes throwing bombs, sometimes they explode. But it just, I don't know when it happened, but just ever since I was a kid, in whatever situation it was like, all right, well, I'm just going to put this in here and see how that goes. Like, it is fun.
Absolutely.
And I do feel like you
taking that risk is great.
There is a risk there, but like the reward sometimes is like, this is an impenetrable person, and you got in with them.
Yeah. Right.
And that is a really amazing thing.
sure.
And and whether or not it's able, you can get to it a different way, it's certainly possible, but my way into it has always been through that.
Hey, I'm Don Cheadle.
Hi, I'm Ted Danson. Hello, I think I'm Sacha Baron Cohen.
And I want to thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching the Hollywood Reporter Roundtables on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Right here on YouTube.